Hello people of Earth, it's your pal the Orbital Outcast, Rad Gnarly, coming away with another low-key broadcast. Tonight is Thursday night and we all know what that means. So it's time once again for everybody to come aboard the GWA train. So roll a fatty for this Rad Daddy, light it up for me one time and let me hear you say, "Book it ain't easy." Oh, let's see for ourselves. In Fire Pro Wrestling World. Alright, we're hopping back into Fire Promoter. But first, I wanted to give a shout out to Full Spectrum Odyssey for a new follow. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate that. As we truck along to our latest follower goal, and of course we move the goalpost a little. Man, affiliate one day, wouldn't that be amazing? Anywho, hello to everyone out there, whether you're live with us in chat or you're checking us out on VOD on the YouTube page later. No matter where when you happen to be in this great big old world of ours, hope today finds you well. Happy to have you with us. And what a treat we have for you tonight. As I alluded to in some pre-stream advertising, or small bit of it that I do, there was I have a bit of roster news. Now on Sunday, I was scouting the free agent pools because I thought I'd save a little time on stream doing scouting because that can take a little bit of time. So I was just preparing a list of like junior talent, and then I was going to prepare a list of like, just a short list of junior talent and a short list of heavyweight talent, just sort of like speed things up. But as I was sort of browsing along, hang on, I have to mute the game in order for me to do this properly. As I was browsing along, boop, this happened. Now I'm going to play for you a video that I rolled immediately, or that I started recording immediately once I happened to notice something rather peculiar. As once I got done building my junior list, I was just sort of checking out promotions rosters. So let's roll this footage. This is from Sunday night. I just noticed that Walter is the champion of NXT, and his trust in the organization is as low as it can get. So I am going to have a secret negotiation with him, and I'm going to throw 30 grand at him and hope that he wants to jump ship. Oh my god! Oh my god, we just signed Walter. Okay, I'm going to save this real quick. I'm recording right now because I knew just in case it worked, I wanted to document it. So back to present me. This is past me saying goodbye for now. Alright, well, thank you very much. Past me. Oops. I gotta unmute this first before I go back to the game. Silly boy. Okay, I can close the volume mixer. I can do this real quick. I can double check that. That's all fine. Alright, I think we're ready to roll. Alright, so hopefully the audio for that played properly, but just in case it didn't, and you don't quite know what happened there, we got Walter, and with him comes the NXT Heavyweight Championship. That's right, we poached a champion from another promotion. Oh, I'm so giddy right now. That automatically adds so much prestige to our league. That's amazing. And now I'm going to try to invite that Stardom champion back to get her butt whooped one more time. I mean, invite her here for a fair and competitive match. Let me double check first. In management, I want to yeah, okay. I made sure to do all of my repairs and stuff beforehand. We're trying photos this time. We still got towels because they sold really well. Hopefully we can get rid of this time. With an extra champion. Oh, let me grab my roster notes. Oh yes, I have to adjust the rules of the second match because it's no longer, or maybe I won't have to, if I can get a champion in and take their belt. And Thomas Walker was injured for 4 months. That's my only other note going into today's. Oops, I don't need to check those. They're good for ages. Ages. Let's start booking an event here. So, oops. Dang it. Titles. Now, Stardom way down here. It is Jungle Kyona. Also, she's part of the 6-person team. So, if I poach her championship, they no longer have singles gold in that promotion, because as you'll notice, the Stardom Heavyweight Champion is our own Will Ospreay. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and invite her, because for some reason Stardom might still think we're their friend. And we are the slimiest of slimy promoters. So come on down. Oh, we'll pay you a premium. Absolutely. Happy to have you. But, oh boy. 21 grand, huh? Is that less than last time or more than last time? I don't quite remember. It seems reasonable, though. Ooh, we're ever sinking a lot into this one. I'm going to try to sell out the 15,000 seater again, because this, if it works, puts another championship match on our card. If it doesn't work, it doesn't cost me a dime. So all I got to do is ask. Oh boy. Okay. Let me save that real quick. Okay, expenses are 100 grand, so if I book this sucker, we're probably gonna have to do $20 tickets. Yeah, because we've been selling out. The medium hall. Okay. So she's in. So I am absolutely still gonna roll with the second match, being for the Junior Heavyweight Championship of the Stardom promotion. And I'm pretty sure if the rules are still good, I can just pick somebody. Who do we want as Stardom Junior Champion? Who's our other champ? Xavier Woods, eh? Oh yes, he came in, won the belt from, I'm going to say David Houston. I was going to team David Houston and Jack Howard up for the tag belts on this show if they're both okay. So who would we like to have me... I'm going to play as Pentagon, who is still sad because he hasn't been able to get gold in a while. So he's going to wear his gold outfit knowing full well that I'm just going to mop the floor with this lady, assuming that the rules are still the same. Okay, I'm actually going to bump it up because at level 7, I was doing all I could to prolong that match. So let's see what an 8 is. Hopefully I'm still able to prevail, but I don't want it to be like a squash necessarily. It seemed in the last one when I was Will Ospreay, like once I started to get an advantage, they were doomed. Okay, I know we should be at least covered to here. So Cash Wheeler, our new champion, is going to defend his belt against... Oh, let's see. Since it's essentially an open weight belt, I don't want to do Doc yet. Oh man, yeah, he's out for 4 months. Pentagon's busy. There's a rumbling in this neck of my woods here. Doc Gallows and Matt Robinson are your tag champs. Alright, let me open the show with that. That's gonna impact who I give. What are you doing there, buddy? Kayfabe, brother, I'm in space. I'm not supposed to have a cat up here. Oops, what am I doing? I gotta configure a title match if I want to do this. Cash Wheeler versus nobody, and he's not really packing him in. No offense to him. At the moment. Okay. Alright, they don't have opponents yet, but as I said, what I was going to do is these sort of friendly rivals. Jack Howard, our former heavyweight champion, and former 2-time heavyweight champion, and David Houston, former 2-time junior heavyweight champion, who again won't let you forget that he owns a pinfall victory over Jack Howard in a singles match at the time that he was heavyweight champion, so considers himself an uncrowned heavyweight champion contender. The two of them are going to team up and try to take the tag team belts from Matt Robinson, former Drop It to the Stars, now the 5-star tag team champion, and Doc Gallows, who absolutely saw an easy way to the belts with a way more athletic partner. It's a song he's sung a number of times, so he's thrilled to be back in key in the GWA. I mean, it's gonna have to be a heel, right? I don't want it to be Walter right away. I don't want to go belt for belt, but man, we've got so many belts now. We almost can do like a title match all the time. So let's give Daniel Bryan a rematch. His defense is way lower than it used to be. Alright, let's put him in his Seahawks gear. Let's see if we can... I want to, if I can, do all title matches all down the card. And I'm going to make the Stardom Heavyweight Championship an Openweight Championship, because you can do that with the heavyweight belts. So, let's see. Tyler Bate can have a shot at Xavier Woods in the plainest gear he has. And now we got 10,000 people. And now Will Ospreay, our Stardom Heavyweight Champion, our Stardom Openweight Champion, can face his former Tag Team Championship partner, Mustafa Ali, in this dope-ass black and purple gear. Okay, hang on 1 second. We are in uncharted territory as we have moved into the 6th match. Now I have to first make sure I do the match rules here. 125% speed because it's going to be computer sim and it's nicer to watch. And outside count on. So DQs are still going to be on in-ring. Outside, anything goes. And yeah, we're going to let things lie. We've had 2 criticals in the over a year of matches here, and that's because everyone that goes into a GWA ring, oh, do they ever go hard? They give it their all. So I'm not going to back down stylistically. So let us, though, in the semi-main event, debut our newest roster member and NXT Heavyweight Champion, Walter, who takes on, assuming everyone's healthy, I didn't even look. Let me do a quick sweep, check everyone's condition. Everyone's great. Cash Wheeler, that's fine. That's fine. Everyone's good so far. Obviously, he's injured. Everybody else, yeah, that's fine, but he's in a tag match, so you're kind of protected a little bit. Oh, everyone else is fantastic. So Walter's going to come in and put the belt on the line against Bronson Reed. So these 2 guys are just going to clubber each other. Oh, that's going to be great. And oh, wouldn't you know it, we sold the place out. Oh, we can draw 11,000 with $40 tickets. Wow. Wow. Okay. Alright, let's see what our referee choices are. Oh, Drake. Heck yeah. One day I'll just import a Drake Younger cause well, because I would like to live in the universe where Adam Cole transitioned into being like a real good referee, and Drake Younger got to be like this tough badass in NXT instead. Anywho. Alright, so let's see what we got here. We have... God. Just from, like, title matches alone, we should be generating buzz. Because for the GWA Open Heavyweight Tag Team Championships, we're going to put Jack Howard and David Houston together against Matt Robinson and Doc Gallows, your incumbent champions. I, personally, am going to try to wrestle the Stardom Junior Heavyweight Championship away from Jungle Kiona as I use Pentagon Jr. as my avatar, with an 8 out of 10 difficulty. Will Ospreay puts the Stardom Openweight Championship on the line against Mustafa Ali. The GWA Junior Heavyweight Champion Xavier Woods against Tyler Bate. Our newest signee, NXT Heavyweight Champion Walter, defends against Thick Boy Bronson Reed, which should be a good showcase match for Walter, I'm hoping. Or it should just be a good match overall. I'm invested in whomever wins regardless. And then in our main event, new champion Cash Wheeler. Rematch against Stanley Bryan? Or did he beat, no, he might have beaten Jack Houston. Jack Houston. I've already merged their names. Jack Howard. Can't quite remember. Either way, he's usually in title contention. And everyone is in great health. The matches are all set up properly. I can fill this place out. Wow. With 0 advertising, I can cram this place. 43 extra people. How much are they spending? That cuts down on expenses, and then I lose 43 people there. But that's still a full house, and all I had to do was put up a poster. What can I do in a bigger arena? Hang on. With this card, what can I do? With my normal social media, 16 grand, eh? Print ad. TV commercial, 20,000. That's probably that's my max now. With everything I have to spare. That's cool. Now that I have all these belts, though, I can start branching out internationally, and that'll, there we go. Yeah, that's back to where I want it. And it'll probably help me draw better. Not necessarily in terms of, like, talent popularity, but at least the belt prestige of having so many title matches on a card will start to, like, hopefully make it a little easier to gain traction once we start to branch out internationally. But as I've said previously, we're not going to bother with that until we have a solid foothold in the United States, or sorry, the North American territory as it's called. It might just be America. But poaching Walter, the champion of the number 3, quote unquote, number 3 North American promotion behind WWE and A&E, or A&E, AEW. Pinching their champion with the championship and immediately putting it into use on our cards. Wowzers. Alright, 15 grand are here to stay. Oh, look at those expenses. Man, we're really going for it. Oh, I'm nervous. But we're saving. Look at that. My throat got all dry from nerves. That's what I'll say. Oh, yes. Delicious water. And now we go through with it. I gotta remember that I'm in the second match. I gotta stretch out. I gotta figure out what all his buttons are and stuff. That'll be fun. Okay, I hope everybody showed up. Yes, we're all here. Because I'm actually surprised, and I shouldn't even mention this, and I'm knocking on wood, and it's probably not gonna help. Excuse me one second whilst I cough. Thank you for that indulgence. What was I saying? Oh, no, it's lost. It's lost. I must have coughed it out of my system. I save once more. Oh, yes. I'm actually kind of surprised, and I did my little superstitious hoo-ha in the beginning there, that we've gone this long without anything happening, like, on the way to the event. Like, sometimes people can get... I think I've had people be travel delayed, or people just straight up no-show if they're unhappy. Or, there's some other funky stuff that can go on. People can abandon your promotion for another promotion. Anyway, we're about to get started here. We have over 15,000 in attendance. And our opening contest is for the GWA Open Weight Tag Team Championship of the World. Former two-time heavyweight champion, Hollywood Jack Howard, teams with former two-time junior heavyweight champion, David Houston, to face our tag team champions, Doc Gallows and Matt Robinson. Let's go. Ooh. Hey, as I says, let's go down to the ring.
Fight!
All right. Howard starting off with a quick suplex. This match featuring 3 of the 4 remaining original talent. And by original, I mean game generated. Everybody else is a facsimile of a real-life wrestler. These two no strangers. They faced each other before in glorious combat. As you see that big German suplex, Matt Robinson smartly taking out to his tag team partner there. After taking that serious blow, Jack Howard fending off the double team. And now we're down to one-on-one as both legal men. Jack Howard now tagging out to the junior champion. This is an interesting strategy. The smaller man on the challenging team against the largest man on the champion team. So far seems to be paying off, but we'll see how it goes. Houston getting some space. Hoping to stick and move against the big man. Nice block there. Pulls his opponent away from the ropes. Starts to work the body. Starts to work the face. And now the two of them are just going to slug it out. Oh, Doc Gallows getting the better of that. The big man goes down exhausted. He's up first, though. Houston fighting back. What fighting spirit the former junior heavyweight champion has. Both of the challengers accustomed to the pressure of singles title defenses. Both accustomed to the single spotlight in terms of championship matches. Oh, beautiful suplex there from Matt Robinson. But we'll see if they can gel in this tag team format, which both are somewhat unaccustomed to.
5 minutes gone.
Oh. Now Jack Howard and Matt Robinson are going to slug it out. Howard getting the best of that with those knife-edge chops. Ooh, reverses Robinson, gets the rope, drop down. Big shoulder tackle takes the man down. Robinson tags into Gallows. Double team powerbomb. Smart move there. He's got a few seconds before he has to get her to the apron. But Howard able to quickly counter and suplex Gallows down so he can make a tag. In comes the fresh man, David Houston. Taking his time, circling Gallows. Jack Howard got that submission on. Can't be submitted, but he can deal as much damage as possible until that unseen 5 count, and he has to leave the ring. Oh! Gallows just absorbs that drop kick. And now starts to take over. But no, Houston fighting back again. Pin! Moonsault. Pin gets a 2. Crowd appreciates that effort from the junior champ. Well, former. It's hard to identify him not as the current champ, to be honest. He's been synonymous with both title matches, both in Challenger and Champion for so long. Boom! Magic Killer from your champions. Doc Gallows helping his partner out with the deadly roll-up. This is one championship match after championship match, but only a 1 count. Thus far, Matt Robinson smartly creates some distance, suplexing David Houston out of the ring, and now Doc Gallows can go to work on the floor. Jack Howard, meanwhile, pairing off with Matt Robinson inside. Fall-away slam out there. Matt Robinson counters Jack Howard in the ring. David Houston can't get the big man over. Big kick in the ring there. So much action to call. All right, now we're back to our legal competitors. Matt Robinson doing his best to fend off Jack Howard there. Champions looking real good now as Doc Gallows was working over Houston on the floor. Real good submission here. This could do it. He's in the right corner. Gallows is quickly over there to fend off Howard. Uh-oh. Oh, the big sit-out dominator. Oh, then a thrust kick to the face. Gallows off the ropes. Big clothesline. And the boom, Gallows pull. Too close to his opponent's corner, though. Oh! That roll-up's not going to help you. Houston, clearly disoriented, finds his bearings now, though, and is able to make the tag. Bow and arrow submish. That's going to stay on until the ref waves him out of the ring. There he goes. Simple DDT from Hollywood Howard. Oh! TKO from Doc. Nicely done. Thought he was going to make the tag there. Decided to pursue more offense. Seems to be going okay so far. Nice follow-away slam into the corner. Keeping him near his partner. Smart tag team strategy from a multi-time international tag team champion in Doc Gallows. Oh! Jack Howard signaling for the end. We know what this means. Oh! Big spinning clothesline, but he's going to pick him up. Oh man, I thought he was going to go for his package pile driver, but Doc Gallows able to make the tag. So is Jack Howard there. I believe David Houston now. Yes. Oh wow, an impressive Angel's wings. Matt Robinson, though, the legal man. David Houston able to quickly shift his focus. Big splash from the top. Broken up. Only a 2. And now Houston out to Jack Howard. Now they've traded off their pairings as the contenders do a double. What is that? Some sort of spike reverse DDT. That was cool looking. Must have come up with that in the locker room on the way to the show, or on the way to the show. That's amazing. Oh, Matt Robinson seems to be fired up by that kind of abuse. Trying to fight his way out of the predicament and back to his corner, but Jack Howard now doing everything he can to stop him. Oh no! The pedigree. That's what put almost got him. I was going to say that's what put Thomas Walker out for an indeterminate amount of time. We hope to see him back sooner rather than later. Oh, big knee to the gut there. Robinson able to tag the fresh man. Still trying to get himself between Howard and his corner until Gallows can take advantage. Unable to do so, Howard worked his way back, but now Doc's here. No sells a suplex though. Howard determined to make that tag. And he does. Oh, miscommunication there. But they recover enough to hit a double powerbomb. Oh, miscommunication again. Howard wanted to go for something, but that roll up. Oh, strong too. Matt Robinson breaking it up in time. As I've told you, that roll up from David Houston, his pinning combinations have won him match after match in this promotion. The purveyor of the pinning combo, as you see it once more. Broken up once more. And now Jack Howard eats a pedigree. Dangerous move here in the GWA. No, says David Houston as he super kicks Big Doc Gallows down. Upper kick to the big man. Pin him. Moonsault. 2. Oh, Robinson didn't break it up before 2. Making a statement. Then Gallows with a quick German. Oh, and he gets body slammed. Impressive strength from David Houston. And again, showing off now. What's he saying there to Jack Howard and Matt Robinson? Calling out everyone in the match. Let's see you slam Doc Gallows, he says. Drop kick to the knee. Smartly done, and now he tags in his partner. And Gallows has had enough. He tags after Matt Robinson. They're going to hit Magic Killer on David Houston. Now we're down to Robinson and Howard. Gallows reverses him out of the ring. Oh, it's no man's land out here. Oh, now they're pairing off and squaring off. Oh, Jack Howard with a big clothesline to Doc. Matt Robinson getting the best of Houston. Jack Howard asserting himself now. Oh, big double team, another Magic Killer. David Houston's eating 2 or 3 of those now. Oh, now the champions. Everybody's down but Doc. No, I didn't think he was going to die. That's not his style. He sees his partner needs him and he gets back outside. Oh, package pile driver on the floor, but Matt Robinson is up in impressive fashion. Oh, must have taken everything out of him just to stand, because he is smacked in the face and dropped to the ground once more. Doc Gallows with the package pile driver and Jack Howard on the floor. That was amazing. Now we're back to the legal competitors. We're down to Matt Robinson and Jack Howard. Both men got to be feeling worse for wear. Howard tags out to Houston. Gallows heading out for the champions. Howard missed that kick. He was aiming for the wrong man. Oh, Doc Gallows, big fall-away slam. That's the wrong corner for David Houston to be in, as we are coming up on 25 minutes into this tag match. As you know, there are no time limits, but we do keep track of how long these matches go. Oh, big reverse Rana! Up top! Moonsault! Pulling away from the ropes guy! Oh, another moonsault! Now he pulls him away. Oh, picks him up. I don't think I would have done that, as it allows Doc Gallows a chance to get a suplex. Oh, and then a second suplex. Note how he's trying to position himself in a way. Oh, eats another drop kick there. Houston's able to make the tag. I thought Gallows was trying to work him and his opponent over to the corner, but the challenger is able to switch things up. Jack Howard says it's over. That usually is the signal for the package pile driver. Oh, Doc Gallows able to escape and make the tag. And these teams are going all out. Magic Killer! Running. Knee to the face. Oh, big DDT. Excellent. counter wrestling, back and forth. Now Howard trying to inflict damage, but still trying to position himself in a way that he can try to move his opponent to his corner to prevent any any pin breakups. Boom! Matt Robinson, huge spinning clothesline, and now the sit-out dominator. Could be gearing up. Oh, I'm gonna say could be gearing up for that pedigree. Makes the tag quick though. We get both freshmen in. David Houston now still has words for all these competitors, and then goes to stand with his partner in the middle of the ring to catch their breath. Oh, ducks the big boot. Inverted choke slam. What power? 1, 2. No, he got him. Matt Robinson kicked the wrong man. Oh, and a double pose. New tag team champions to open the show. Incredible tag synchronicity eventually from the challengers. Most impressive, and the crowd agrees. Amazing. The face slam leading to the pinfall. We have new champs. Doc Gallows taking the loss. Must have offered him a little bit extra. Well, we start off with a banger. And now on to the next match. Ooh, and now I'm nervous because it's my turn as I take the role of Pentagon Jr. as I challenge for our guest, Jungle Kiona's Stardom Junior Championship. Okay, here we go. I've already poached the Stardom Heavyweight belt, as you'll see it's in match 3. But let's see what I can do in match 2. Prepare for more package pile drivers. Because I'll do my best to dish them out. And call the action at the same time. Pentagon, pretty optimistic about this, wearing his gold attire. Oh, immediately it's a big Vader attack from Jungle Kiona. Drop toe hold, now he's creating some space. I don't think he was expecting that kind of speed or power. Oof. No, and now his timing is off for a corner attack. Pentagon off to a slow start in the opening minute here. Jungle Kiona going for a basic Boston Crab, just trying to wear her opponent down. Uh-oh. Oh, another big Vader attack. And now off the ropes. There, that's all I've been able to do so far. Oh, that's all he's been able to do so far. Oh no. Oh, test of strength. Win. Yes. There we go. And a small combo in the works for Pentagon Jr. Drop toe hold there into the corner. Now throwing that mid kick. Keeping his distance. Throwing that mid kick. Boom! Big running belly to belly. Oh. Oh. Luckily able to counter after that flurry of blows. Did not like that at all. Back to working the midsection. Pentagon not quite sure what to do against Jungle Kiona. So trying to keep his distance. Just trying to keep basic offense in these opening minutes. Doing his best to work that midsection, and down she goes again. Oh. Now, taking a chance to catch his breath. Misses with the sling blade. Tried to catch her napping. Didn't work. Oof. Oof. Some heavy blows delivered to the back of the head of Pentagon Jr. And now they're going to slug it out. They're going to slug it out. And Jungle Kiona's going to get the best of that. Uh-oh. I was pressing as hard as I could and as fast as I could. Oh, still gets the shoulder tackle in. And now a sharpshooter. Oh, Pentagon able to fight his way out. And now he applies a submission of his own. Nope. Whatever he was going for countered. Big back body drop. Oh, and a diving splash into the pin. 1 count, says referee Jake Wirtz. Pentagon going for it again. Big power bomb. 1, 2. Oh, 2 count. Now he throws the champion outside to take a breather and hype the crowd up. Oh, across the rope, still gets sling blade off. Another power bomb into the pin. Too close to the ropes though. Wow. Pentagon establishing himself. Absolutely has control of things now. Oh. Jungle Kiona. Oh. Trying to get back into it. Starting to string some stuff together. Yeah. Pentagon able to get out of the way. Gut check time for Jungle Kiona. What's he doing? What's he doing now? Oh. Oh, even that brings her down. Oh, Pentagon driver! 1, 2, 3. Oh, almost got her. Sling blade, center of the ring. Bring it on, says Pentagon. Boom, another big power bomb. Oh, he's gonna run the gamut of his taunts. Nope, getting too cocky. Hey, what's going on, SSD Ninja? Hope you're doing well. Lovely to see you as always, buddy. Happy to have you. Welcome to GWA night. I am in the process of attempting to wrestle a championship. Oh, from Jungle Kiona as Pentagon Jr. Oh, counter roll up. 1, 2. No, almost got her. Almost got her, and Pentagon is winded. He's trying to create some distance and get out to catch his breath, and Jungle does the same. Oh my! Oh! Oh! Eats a big clubbing blow off the apron. Oh! And a clothesline! Oh no! I did be carrying. Absolutely. What? That was last night's fun. VOD's already up on YouTube if you want to go check it out. It'll look a lot nicer than the one here. No offense, Twitch. Oh, Jungle Kiona doing her best to come back. Oh, Pentagon going for another Penta driver there, probably. I don't know, obviously, so I'm just assuming. What's this? What is this? What a submission move! Things are going well. Steady streaming. Internet upgrade should be here soon. They're working on the neighborhood. Putting lines in on the neighbors. Gut check time for Jungle Kiona. Boom! Sliding drop kick to the face. Oh. Whoa. Sling blade. Gets behind. Oh, trying for that Penta driver again. No dice. Big backdrop. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, mid kick. There it is, Penta driver. Boom, second one of the match. 1, 2, 3. We've got a new Stardom Junior champion. And his name is Pentagon Junior. Woo! And they enjoyed it. So did I. That was pretty good. Took a little while to wear them down. They got in some counters, not too many. I'm going to push my luck and maybe try 9 out of 10 difficulty on the next champion I invite in here. Yeah, carrying was a hoop. And they definitely left things open to progress going forward, so let's hope they do enough for a sequel. All right. Crowd is happy. I am happy. I no longer have to play the matches. I just get to watch them and commentate now, as our next match is for the Stardom Openweight Championship. It's on Xbox Game Pass if you happen to have that. As champion Will Ospreay putting the title on the line against his former tag team champion partner, yeah, Mustafa Ali. It is our next contest, so let's go down to the ring. Okay. Just double checking to make sure everything's still working. Whoa! Duck underneath your Ospreay there. These two gentlemen trained together and obviously tied together. Were champions, be it briefly, but that's at least a month together. A couple months, because you have to challenge first. So they do know each other in that ring. Ospreay, proud of his newly won Stardom Championship, opening up to all comers. Whomever wants a shot, he says. Month to month, trying to prove that he and it are the best thing going in the GWA. His words, not mine. We'll see if he can live up to that. As usually, confident champions are quickly made fools of by the booking of how these things tend to work out. I just root for nice matches. If the crowd's happy, I'm happy. I don't think we made enough merch for the 15,000 people that are here, but we'll see. Not everyone's going to show up and also buy something. They're just here to see something. And we only made like, maybe we had 3,200 items and then food. So if everyone gets one thing, and I don't know how the game calculates it, if everyone is only eligible to buy one thing, we might be able to sell out what it was that we came with. So we'll see. Both champion and challenger slugging it out. Mustafa Ali getting the better of them there. Things starting to heat up. Ospreay off the ropes. Big jumping knee drop. I've added a bunch of Ospreay's actual moves from the move creator, so I hope to get to see some. Boom! Snaps that off. Hope to get to see some. But if Mustafa Ali has anything to say about it, I'm not going to see diddly squat.
5 minutes gone.
I'm going to see a new Stardom champ is what I'm going to see. Grounding the champion now, just trying to wear him down. There! Robinson special! And another one! Whoop. Ali smartly just trying to ground him, just trying to slow his momentum any way he can. Ospreay feeling it though, once he starts getting going. There are a few better. Ooh, solid 2 count. Whoa, front flipping DDT. But too close to the ropes on the pin. Bam, big super kick. Now just screaming at his partner. Boom, Ali snapping off those head scissors. Hoping to disorient the champ. No, only 1 count. Oh, Ospreay blocked. Ali just punches him and goes for a pin. Doesn't even hook a leg. Just a 1 count. Oh, eats another super kick. Ali, they may be just going on instinct here. After having the advantage for a while, once Ospreay gets rolling, as I said, few better in the industry, and it's real hard to stop him. Oh, just taking shots at Mustafa Ali's cranium. Oh, from all angles. Just devastating kicks. Been working on him for minutes now. Ali now. Nice back suplex there. Oh, another super kick.
10 minutes gone.
Drop toe holds. Ali hanging in there. That's all he's doing, though, is hanging in there at the moment. Ospreay needs a breather. He inadvertently gives one to Ali as he steadies himself on the floor and makes his way back into the ring. Nice sliding clothesline there. What's he working on? Oh, sit-out powerbomb. Oh, 2 counts. Now he's getting some better offense in. Oh, buzzsaw kick. Ospreay looking for that. Phenomenal forearm. Oh, and then a shooting star press pin. Got him. All that earlier damage with those kicks to the head. Too much for Mustafa Ali to overcome. Will Ospreay retains the Stardom Heavyweight Championship in a disappointing fashion. That's crazy. Oh well. Oh well. Crowd was like, yeah, you know, it was just kind of a match. And I agree. It wasn't super crazy. It was just sort of a showcase for Ospreay. That's cool. That's cool. Coming up next, though, the GWA Junior Heavyweight Championship of the World is on the line, as new champion Xavier Woods puts the belt on the line against Tyler Bate. Here we go. Woods looks focused. Woods looks serious. We know Tyler Bate is. Look at him. He's in his warm-up gear. Nothing flashy about him. He's just here to get that gold back. It has eluded him for almost a year now, as he was, I believe, our first champion. Or close to it. I mean, look at me rewriting history once the people that work for me that were champions are no longer with the organization. Wherever Bill Bullock is. Hope he's well. Tyler Bate now getting the best of Woods. Just out wrestling the man early on. Oh, Woods seems to have had enough of that. Starting to show off a little bit of his athletic prowess, his wrestling skill. I'd say Woods more known for, let's call it the American style of knowing when to execute your good stuff at the right time, let's say. Pacing yourself on certain aspects. Rounding your offense. Not necessarily specializing. Just doing stuff more for, no, I don't want to say flash or appeal, but it's got to have a better feel for it than it is being a mechanical combat discipline. As the two of them now just trading blows. I don't know if this is wise for Woods, but he gets the best of Tyler Bate early on, and now applying submission. Nice, interesting knee bar there, it looked like, from Woods. Haven't seen this out of him before. Clearly he knows he's in there with a mat technician, and he's going to do his best to hold his own. Hold on. Show his own worth in that category. Maybe all I said about him in the American style, maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe you don't specialize because you know it all. Boom, Tyler Bate now. Suplexing the champion. No real serious pinfall attempts yet. As we approach the 6-minute mark. Tyler Bate, up the airplane spin, he loves that thing. It's a legit submission. If Woods wanted, if he gets too nauseated up there, he could quit. You get to, oh, running European uppercut from Tyler Bate. That was beautiful. And now another suplex. Oh, brainbuster, pardon me. And pardon Xavier Woods if he even remembers who he is right now. Boom. Caught himself enough to deliver that nice drop kick, but eats another European uppercut. Hard. Oh, man. Oh, what a tombstone variation. Almost pinned the champ. Now back to that knee bar. Xavier Woods came with a game plan to take out these legs. It is wise. It's clearly the strongest muscle group on Tyler Bate. Very powerful legs. Oof. Xavier Woods get some time and distance. Big clothesline. Oh! Mistimed things there. Oh, 450 from Tyler Bate, but too close to the ropes. That's not going to help you. You're still going to be too close. Woods now repositioning his challenger. Dragging him along. What's he got in mind? We'll find out later as Tyler Bate delivers a double arm suplex. Now he's trying to position the champion for another big 450. This time could do it. 2. Just a 2 count at the 10-minute mark, and the crowd's starting to really get into it. Xavier Woods back to the leg. It's simple, but he's hoping it'll be effective. Gradually just trying to take the legs out. Throat thrust. Shades of gold dust. Oh, Tyler Bate, unrelenting, not letting the champion get an advantage for a second. Another devastating tombstone variation. Just 2, says your referee Drake Woods. Oh, another double arm suplex. Oh, Beautiful flipping senton there. That was lovely. Drags his opponent away, but he's still close to the ropes. Goes for the Tyler driver, but Woods has a counter for that. And he's going to take some time to catch his breath in the middle of the ring. Wise move there from the champion. Just awaiting the challenger now. Swinging neck breaker. Off the ropes. Big clothesline. Lucky he didn't hit the ref there. Running into the ropes there. Oh! Soul food! And the pin! Two! Almost got him! Oh, big drop kick! Woods now pressing the advantage. Boom! Another big jumping clothesline. Positioning the man now. Oh! Deadly roll up! Counter! Oh! Kick out of 2.9! Oh! European uppercut to the back of the head. But Woods counters. Body slam. Champion trying to seize his moment now. Big clothesline. Got the challenger reeling. No, off the ropes. Back body drop. Simple. Disorienting. Like that punch and that stomp. Trying to keep Woods off balance. Got him set up. Tyler driver. Critical. Oh no. He done knocked the boy out. And we have a new junior heavyweight champion of the world. Not satisfied to pin him in that pinning predicament in a critical. He released the man for his own health reasons. Referee checked on him, had to stop the fight. Your winner by knockout and new GWA junior heavyweight champion of the world, Tyler Bate. Wonderful. And that is our fourth of 6 matches, folks. We have 2 main events to come. In the first, Bronson Reed wanted a title match. And oh boy, do we have one for him. Because our newest signee, the NXT Heavyweight Champion, has jumped ship to the GWA. That's right, Walter is here. And he's putting the belt on the line against... well, I want to say our very own Bronson Reed, but they both not belong, but they both work for the GWA now. So expect to see a lot out of Walter going forward. First up, though, let's see if he can keep the title against Bronson Reed. This is just going to be 2 large fellas clubbering one another. Just going at it, tooth and claw. While I'm here, Nightbot, high five our pal. Thank you. Oh, big suplex early on. Nice show of strength there from Bronson Reed. Nope. Ooh, Walter quick to counter too. Hey, what's going on, Audio Blood? I haven't mentioned it, but we got Nightbite here, and if you do commands, I've got a few things. High five being one of them. You can hug people. That sort of stuff. Just some nice stuff to hopefully keep all the chatters happy and jovial and, you know, neighborly with one another. Lovely to see you two, as always. Bronson Reed now. Nice, thank you kindly. Oh, here we go, Walter trying to establish himself. First time in a GWA ring. Might not be used to the size of it. I mean, I know it looks like a 50 by 50 foot. Oh, Dork Chop, what's going on? How goes it, Tex? How were the shenanigans? You are just in time, because as you can tell, Tex, you're always just in time for the good stuff. Can you tell who that is in the ring? Celluloid Heroes, thank you for the follow. How's it going? Up against Bronson Reed, we have signed away the NXT Heavyweight Champion. That's right, he's in there with Walter.
5 minutes
Walter
gone.
is in the GWA. Big double arm suplex on Bronson Reed. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate all those high fives. Doing great. I'm doing wonderfully. Yeah, I was like making a list of potential hires on the weekend. Oops. Oh, I messed up my own command. Let me try that again. Trying to be nice to people. There. I think that's making the game a little jittery. It is making the game a little jittery. Oh, dang. Got to start that second monitor fund. Alt-tabbing. Oh! Bronson Reed! Trying to establish himself. Trying to spoil Walter's big debut. But Walter just heaving him away. Boom! Big clothesline. Boom! Traded a clothesline. Just clobbering each other. What's going on? That's right, SSC Ninja, my very first, I'm gonna say loyal viewer? Man, you've been here forever. These are the Chop House contingent, led by Dork Chop there, aka Tex. All these fine, upstanding citizens. Oh, big chop from Walter. Looks winded when he stops moving, but he's just gonna keep moving forward. Oh, thank you. I've literally never done announcing before I started this 6 weeks ago, and have just, done what seemed natural. What a ridiculous neck suplex. Walter must have known that Bronson Reed was, had that neck injury earlier in the year. What's up, La Leyenda? A great stream voice. Man, I appreciate that so much. Oh, a huge clothesline. Bronson Reed fighting for his life now. Walter's starting to feel it. Oh, Bronson Reed counters again. This could go either way so far. That's what I was hoping. I just wanted a big slobber knocker. Oh, blocked the jumping elbow. Nice double arm suplex. Walter taking a breather. Boom. Big clothesline. What's he doing now? Now he gets that jumping elbow to the back of the head. Walter counters. Big hip toss. It ain't fancy, but it works. Oh, Bronson Reed. Another and another. Clothesline after clothesline. 1, 2. Almost got him. 2.9 says Drake works. Walter reeling. Shoulder block. Takes his time, catching his breath. Challenger up. Now they're just going to slug it out. Trading blows. Back and forth. Bronson Reed, big clothesline. Walter, big clothesline. Champion up first. Dragging his opponent towards the corner. Don't know what he's going for there. Oh, Bronson Reed and that lariat just laying him in. Oof. Oh, look at this. I can go all night, says Bronson Reed. But now they're in no man's land. There are no rules outside the ring. DQ's only inside. Things could get ugly out here. Oh yeah, La Leyenda. Have you been here as a mod before? I think I did that to you. I did to you, for you, however you want to describe it, off stream one day. Because, man, they deserve it. Absolutely. Oh, stealing Walter's big power bomb. But outside the ring, though. Oh, another neck crank suplex. Walter, every time he gets into major trouble, goes right back to that neck. Very wise. Oof. Bronson into the corner. I think Walter was going to set him up for some chops, though, but Bronson has had a counter for most of Walter's offense. Suplexes the champion outside. Walter has enough of that out there. He wants to finish things in the ring. Bronson says, no, sir. Brainbuster to the floor now. The roster news, La Leyenda, is if you notice in the ring right now, Walter is defending the NXT Heavyweight Championship. That's right, Walter has defected from NXT to the GWA. We signed him. He's ours, and he's getting his butt whooped as these two men are going at it. Tooth and claw on the floor. Oh, Neither man wanting to give an inch. Walter doesn't want to disappoint on his debut. Bronson Reed has had a taste of tag gold before, but he wants a singles title, and he's not willing to stop until he gets one. Countering back and forth. Ref is unable to stop them because, as I said, there are no countouts. There is no law around the ring. All right, SSD Ninja. Thank you very much for hanging out, as always. Yeah, I gotta throw 5 in there. I did it too, it's okay. Boom, another big brain buster in the ring. 2, 3! Bronson Reed upsets Walter! That's right, he can just go for another belt. We have a new NXT champion in 20 minutes! On the way out the door, SSD Ninja, Bronson Reed points to you, drops Walter with a brainbuster, and wins the title in a barn burner in a 5-star contest. And that's just your semi-main. That is just your main event. Because in front of these 15,000 plus, your main event is for the GWA Heavyweight Championship of the World. New and somewhat unlikely champion Cash Wheeler, taking on a perennial favorite in the main event scene, Daniel Bryan, looking to once again hold GWA Heavyweight Gold. I'm going to save again real quick, just because I'm anal about that. And we're going to get ready to roll. Oh yeah, for those just joining us, let me run through the card. Okay, Matt Robinson and Doc Gallows were your tag team champions. They lose to the single champion team of our former 2-time heavyweight champion Jack Howard, teaming with former 2-time junior heavyweight champion David Houston. So those 2 former singles champs are now our tag team champions. I put on the Pentagon Junior mask, and I won the Stardom Junior Heavyweight Championship from Jungle Kiona in our second contest. So that title has now come to the GWA. Jungle Kiona will be returning to Stardom empty-handed. In our third match, Will Ospreay successfully defended the Stardom, what he's calling the Openweight Championship, against former tag team champion partner Mustafa Ali. Xavier Woods was one and done. Yeah, I have all of Stardom singles titles now. Xavier Woods was one and done as junior champion, as Tyler Bate criticaled him with a Tyler driver, so he got knocked out. And we're waiting to see from the medical staff whether he's injured or not. But a heck of a contest there. Oh, that was just a 71. And then, as you know... Oh no, that was another 98. Wow, that was 98 before the critical. I didn't even notice. Another 5-star match before the injury. And as you just witnessed, Walter dropped the NXT Heavyweight Championship, another new belt in this league, but Walter's still on our roster, to Bronson Reed. And now in our heavyweight main event contest, Cash Wheeler, champion, Daniel Bryan, challenger. Let's get down to the ring. Yeah, I'm going to bankrupt Stardom. That's the plan. You got to pick off the few, like, lobies, the promotions underneath you. Oh yeah, it's cutthroat. Until I can start building like 10-match cards and can have like 6 or 7 title matches per card. Dog eat dog until I'm one of the bigger dogs. Both men in blue. Daniel Bryan, though, sporting those Seahawks colors. Cash Wheeler, normally accustomed to tag team warfare, but to the surprise of many, caught a roll-up victory on, I think it was Jack Howard Jack Howard was the champion that he fought, and claimed the belt for himself. This is his first defense. He told me before that he was nervous but was confident, so I don't know what to make of that. Daniel Bryan, absolutely familiar with championship gold everywhere he's gone. Knows how to dish out a beating, knows how to take a beating. I expect this to go the distance. Famous last words, if there's a critical. Both men now just slugging it out. Cash Wheeler with those fists, getting the advantage. Trying to establish himself early. Trying to get the advantage often. trying to put his challenger away before he knows what's hit him. Boom. Boom, another dragon screw. Trying to break down those legs. Always wise to work a limb. Can I rig it? I could if I played as him, but I'd like to let, as much as I can, I like to let sort of the stories tell themselves. 2! Ooh, an early 2 count on the challenger. But that way it's just kind of fun to root for them, like you would be as a spectator anyway. Like I'm the matchmaker, but I'm not necessarily the guy with the pen that's booking all the finishes here. Oh! Daniel Bryan starting to get to work with those mid kicks. They have brought him fame and fortune around the world. Oh no, I gotcha. But like, I'm not above it. As he's, oh, that's his move. That's the lung blower. 1, 2. Wow, almost made short work of the challenger. Almost surprised Daniel Bryan there. And now he's working him outside the ring. Wheeler looking to press his advantage. Ooh. Oh, yes, look, outside the ring. Can't win the belt that way, but you can sure wear your opponent down. Just back to work. Just a fighting and a scratching and a clawing. Oh, dang. Big tiger suplex. Oh, and another lung blower. Wheeler bringing out the heavy artillery. Once Daniel Bryan shot that first one across the bow. Nice. Rip breaker. Daniel Bryan with a single arm DDT trying to separate that shoulder out maybe before he can slap the S-lock back on. Back to those mid kicks. Pin attempt, too close to the ropes though. Catch Wheeler able to grab it. Again to that. There it is. Setting up for the S-lock. I know he uses the other arm, but the game can't differentiate. So let's pretend. Oh, buzz up! Boom! That could have knocked him out. 1, 2. Oh! Narrowly kicks out at 2.9. Daniel Bryan relentless, right back under the attack. Wheeler able to create some space, some distance, some time, get his win back, get back to work. Got a leg lock of his own. Nicely applied. Interesting death lock there. Oh, and a swinging neck breaker. Back to work on the thighs. Stomping at the back. Roll up. These are deadly in the GWA. Almost got him. Big dragon screw. Oh, big diving headbutt. We've told him not to do that, but he insists. Too close to the other side of the ropes. Wheeler gets his foot on him. Oh, another single arm DDT. Going back to the S-lock, making him stare at the ropes now. And it's over. Daniel Bryan is like, you want the ropes? You can't handle the ropes. Makes him stare at him and tap out. We have a new champion, and it's Daniel Bryan. Celluloid Heroes, you got your wish. The crowd was cool with it. They were probably exhausted after the last 2 matches went 98%. So let's just send them home happy. New champions are always great, and we're going to have a ton of them. Look at that. Champs went 1-5 on this show. But that's all right, because the crowd loved it. Woo! New champion, Daniel Bryan, GWA belt. Tyler Bate, Junior champion. Bronson Reed, NXT champion. Pentagon, Stardom Junior champion. Jack Howard and David Houston, new openweight tag team champions. Oh, oh my God! That's almost 2,000 over capacity. We crammed him into that building. All right. Oh, Cody and Jake Hagar are the EW tag team champions. That's interesting. Kyle O'Reilly is the NXT Junior champ. They don't have a heavyweight champ anymore. Suwama and I don't know which Suzuki that is. Oh dear. Yeah, Keno. I know Keno. Homicide is the NWA Junior champ. That's cool. Nice. Oh baby, we made 200 grand. Oh, that's good, because it costs us a lot to put that show on. How do we do? Let me get these detailed informations. Okay. Wow. Ticket price at 20 bucks. 16,000 people showed up. Sold out? I think we sold out of everything. And then we got that 15 grand in sponsorship money. Sales. Guest wrestlers, yeah, we had her in. That's not bad though. So 25 grand is all of our, like our entire roster costs us 25 grand a month. All right, that's not too bad. I have a 6-man tag tournament scheduled with Dragon Gate. That just means that Dragon Gate is interested in working with us. Fire marshals hate the GWA because we're burning these buildings to the ground. All Japan is interested in working with us. I'll tell you what, you don't even have a champion. Zeus won your belt and quit. All Japan. Stop trying to get the rub off the GWA. We're trying to... Star wrestler Jeff left the WWE. That's probably Jeff Hardy. Uh-oh, Doc wants more money. I knew there was a reason he took the pin at the show. I knew it. Yeah, it could be. I'll double check, because they're going to be a free agent in the American pool, as we are now able to hire somebody since we have Walter. We have a new, and we upgraded our gym, so we have, I think, 3 more roster slots we can fill. Okay, Doc wants more cash. That makes sense, because he just did the JOB at PPV. Cash also did the job and wants some more cash of his own. Absolutely. Death from Stardom wants to come in. Anybody that wants to come in, absolutely. Come on down. You can job out to my talent. I mean, we'll put you in a great spot. We'll put you in a great spot. Absolutely. See, Stardom still thinks we're friends. All right, human resources. I want to do these consultations quick. Oh, good. Xavier's not hurt, but oh no. I'm going to give you a month or 2 off. My, oh my. So that was a Tyler driver that busted up his neck and ribs, it looks like. Doc, step into the office. What's going on? We're going to go ahead and give you the middle. How does a $500 raise sound? They seem to be happy with it. And Cash Wheeler. How does like a less than $400 raise sound? They seem satisfied. Satisfied is good. I don't need over the moon. Satisfying is fine. All right, now that we've done that, let's save. Okay, that does our roster issues. Let me double check. Thomas Walker is back in 3 months now. I can update my tracker there. Now I need to do our training center management. This is all the fun behind the scenes stuff. Repair our equipment. I think, I don't know, I didn't notice the expenses going up, but did the people that I just negotiated with get double paid this month for the bonus, as a bonus, or I didn't notice? Okay. I can afford that easily. I can afford this easily. This too. Come on. There we go. There we go. Max those out. Clinic's good. Ring doctor's good. This is increases injury recovery speed. That's at least good. All right, that's all we're willing to put forth so far. I definitely want to. Oh, a mat work coach. Durability and attack, huh? All right, we got you guys a mat work coach. Everybody on the roster is gonna get better. This is our own gym. I have just the one promotion. This is like all of the stuff that I have that's in good condition are stuff that I actually own. These are like additional facilities, but I am in charge of GWA as a promotion. Yes, look at all this stuff we sold out of. Okay, so for our next show, for example, I'm gonna make 5,000 snacks just in case about half or a third of the people that show up are hungry. I'm gonna do 1,000, 1,000, 1,000 here again, because I don't wanna. I'm gonna do 1,000 photograph sets, 1,000 towels, as we are very Japanese influenced promotional style. We're gonna go with the cheaper Japanese centric merchandise first. Photos and towels. I would have thought t-shirts would have been much cheaper, but what do I know? I just paid $60 for a podcast t-shirt today. Happily, though. Shout out to the Sharpshooters Wrestling Podcast. Sponsorship contracts we're good with. Let me do another save here, because now we can scout. Now we can scout. Oh boy, oh boy. Oops. Oh yes, we've sent somebody scouting, so hopefully in 2 months we can get there. By scouting, I meant offer contract. I meant scout new talent. Okay, let's go to North America. Whoa, Jake Hager also left. Didn't he just win a belt with Cody? And anyway, yeah, Jeff Hardy quit, but look at that price tag. 30 grand. No way am I hiring Jake Hager. Jake Hager. All right, I have a short list for let me just alphabetize everyone. Now it doesn't matter what promotion they're in, it's just all of the North American agents are here. Let me just pull up my text file. Apologize if the frame rate, or if it starts to stutter. But I want to expand our junior roster first, especially with Xavier Woods out now. We need to repopulate. So I have a short list. I'm gonna go... Let's see. Okay, so I've been looking at Cedric Alexander, because popularity B, anything over a D is great, but a B, C, like a B and then C's across the board, that means B, he's popular in America, and then C, 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 he's popular in order, Japan, Latin America, and then Europe. So, gonna bring people to the show. Would only have to pay him about $1,000 a month. Would be great in the junior division. Strong style. Strong is close to King's Road, which is what we're trying to be as a promotion. And King's Road / Strong style is essentially like, you know, really exciting, like New Japan stuff. All right, so he's option A. In the same vein, I think I had Isaiah Swerve Scott. Oh, there we go, Isaiah Scott. Same sort of stuff. Like literally same stats, but older, I think. No, yeah, just a little bit older. So kind of interchangeable. So either of those people. Let me check their attacks and defenses here. C and a B. Whereas Cedric is a B and a C. So flashier offense. All right, so of those two, I've already eliminated Swerve Scott. So Cedric Alexander there. Next I was going to look at, because we are intergender, we are open gender, we accept all fighters. Not quite as popular, not as good as on good, or as good in both attack and defensive categories. See all the praise that you had for me as an announcer goes away when I'm just vamping in the menus and stuff. Powerbomb into alligator clutch is her finishing move. I mean, I just kind of wanted to hire her just to see that because it sounds cool, but that was another consideration. And then this might get some laughs, but another good one I thought, there's another BC, not as popular in, the third one over is Mexico, not as popular in Mexico, and way older, eh? All right, so Natalia versus Cedric Alexander. I think Cedric Alexander is still winning. That seems to be our front runner. And then next one down I was looking at was Pinky Sanchez. Again, not as popular, but similar sort of vein. Plus, I think it'd be hilarious if Pinky Sanchez joined the organization. And then this is pie in the sky. But isn't that like the most reasonable price for Rey Mysterio you've ever seen? Like just under $3,000 per match? Even though he's a lucha, it's Rey. I can only... Oh yeah, Pinky Sanchez, for those that are unaware, is, let's say, a notorious sort of northeastern indie talent. Like, real fun. Worked in, like, CZW, that promotion that was like comic books that we really don't talk about anymore. Chikara. Elsewhere. Just, I've seen him, just, like, really solid dude. Should have gotten a run, even as, like, a lower card comedy act on a national platform. Like, real committed. Anyway, so Rey Mysterio. I was gonna, even though he's 45, it's Rey Mysterio. Like, B and a B plus as attacks. The only problem is the match style isn't even close. And the only other one I was thinking of was Solo Darling. Good popularity again, King's Road, B and a C+ in defense, so better than your Cedric Alexanders. And I think would be an amazing addition to the junior division. So, I don't know, I can't do a poll or anything, but if you were to vote A, B, or C, it's going to be A for Cedric Alexander, B for Rey Mysterio, or C for Solo Darling. Anybody that wants to and is within the sound of my voice, feel free to vote in chat. I'll tally and absolutely take that heavily into consideration when I make my decision. If y'all are just lurking, I'll just vamp for another minute and then just decide on my own. No worries. So that was Cedric Alexander. I really wish I could like highlight or isolate with a B and a C. They're all going to be like 2 of the 3 choices are good money choices and room to grow. And the third one is still a good money choice and room to grow, but not as long because he's 45. But Ray. Yeah, Cedric is really solid too. Like, especially for the... because age takes a factor in that they can retire or try to leave your promotion because of it. Or they're more susceptible to injury the older they are. Alright, I got 1 vote for Cedric. That might be the only vote, but that's alright. Ray, just for such a good deal, but I don't think he's going anywhere. And Solo, I'm just also such a big Solo mark. So maybe next time. But just to keep these second moving and to get our second show booked and run, let's throw some money at Cedric Alexander. Come on down. Absolutely, we're gonna go to a nice restaurant. It's gonna cost us $1,000 just to talk to them. No problem. We're gonna lowball you on the signing bonus because, to be quite honest, Cedric, you haven't proven yourself inside of a GWA ring. And you're not bringing a belt with you. So everybody cross your fingers that he'll work for peanuts. Oh, everyone gets wine and dined. Everyone gets treated. The real wine and dining is what kind of signing bonus do you offer? And I try to get away with this as much as I can, doing the farthest one on what I guess as I'm looking at it is the left. So here we go. Please say yes. All right, but since this is a game, what I like to do is everybody gets a second chance, because you wouldn't just hear one offer in a month's span. You would maybe hear a counter offer. You would maybe hear several offers. So let us first, because we can only talk to one person a month once. Let us pretend that never happened. Let's again spend our money and let's try to lowball him again. If he says no, I'll try one more time at 10 grand. If he says no there, we're done with Cedric Alexander. That's usually how these things go. It is a game and we're going to game it a little. So we've invited him to a second dinner. And listen, man, we really think you should reconsider. This is good money for your position. No, Cedric doesn't quite think we're paying him enough. And you know what? We can afford the 10 grand, so we're going to do it. We're going to try 10. Ooh, we're souring on him, are we? Are you sure? Let's see what the signing bonus would be like for a Rey Mysterio. I'm going to try all 3. There you go. All right, let's try Ray. Even though the Lucha thing, that's probably going to cost us, but how can you not? I'd love to have a popular wrestler. Boom, they don't even care about the style clash. They don't even care. Excellent. Absolutely. He wants the fanciest of fancy restaurants. So we're going somewhere real good. $2,500, absolutely. 12.5. Yep, let's try that. No. All right, well, we're gonna try to lowball him again, and then we're gonna like 25 grand as a one-time signing bonus for Ray. To me, that means by the summer I can book at least one show in Mexico. Yeah, real expensive sushi place. They like make it in front of you, or if that's gross, they don't make it in front of you. I'd be okay with it. All right, Ray. We're going out for round 2 of Le Souche, and we're gonna try once again. Oh my goodness! Please welcome to the team. Nice. Please welcome. Oh, this is awesome. To our organization. The one, the only. Booyaka Booyaka 619. It's Rey Mysterio. Oh, baby. So let me just write down real quick that Rey Mysterio has joined our motley crew. Oh, yes. We also have a friend in from Stardom that I'm going to put in our opening match. Okay. Oh, man. Crushed it. Oh no, am I missing an emote there? If that is something commonly used on channels and stuff, and you know the source of it, just let me know somewhere and I'll integrate it into my chat later. Anything for the fans! Anywho, anything for the chat. By fans, I meant the fans of the GWA, of course. Management all done. Human resources done. We'll get a scouting report later. Now, we're already spending money. I don't need any more championship belts right now. I don't want to invite anybody. Let's just book an event. Let's get in there. Okay, so first off, we're going to have that singles match with our friend from Stardom in Death Yama-san. Whoa! I don't know why she wants to be here. She's real beat up. But she insisted. She's 4'11". Oh man. So that tiny little thing is going to climb into the ring. So that gives us a match. I'm going to try to book 6 matches a show now. Because first up, Daniel Bryan's going to need a challenger. The only problem is we're going to have too many champions and not enough people to fight them. So who do we have? Jack Howard and David Houston are the tag champs. They might get singles. Matches tonight. Let's see. Well, Ray's definitely getting a junior title shot. Oh, I don't know. Let's just do Daniel Bryan, Walter, right out of the gate. Oh, baby. That's going to be our main event. And then our second match, let's put Bronson Reed in there with... Oh, hang on. Pardon me. I can actually choose which belts to put on the line each time, which is nice. Let's put our junior belts here, because Tyler Bate is like, yeah, I did it, I'm finally champion, everything's great. Look at this, these guys used to be tag team champions, and now they have worked their way into the singles gold. Good for them. Oh, buddy. Oh, man. Ah, cool. That spans his whole career. That's like WCW, and then pretty much when he first came into WWE. And here's when he came back and was kind of chubsy. And then here he is now when he's jacked. And he's doing his tribute to his uncle with the original Rey Mysterio, like, fringe on the headdress and stuff. I'm going to do this because it's modern and he's going for gold. Okay. Okay, do you think I should give Death Yama-san a chance to bring the junior title back to Stardom and just put her in there against Pentagon Jr.? Because I don't mind. Like, I got a bunch of belts. They're still friends of ours. Yeah, let me do that. They're still friends of ours. So, let me turn this. I'll be nice to them since we have both of their belts. I'll give you the chance to take one back. My scary wrestler against your scary wrestler. 4'11", 125 pound, the laughing loony, Death Yama-san, in poor condition, coming in to try to get the belt from Pentagon Jr. Best of luck. Okay, so heavyweight, junior, NXT. Oops. I worked that into a title match, so that's okay. NXT, Stardom. I'm just doing this to see how many people I'm going to have left over, because I don't think I have enough. Because they're in. I have 2 people down off my full-time roster. So I'm going to try to fill out these 2 matches and see what I have left over. Because these are open weight belts. They could be anybody. So Bronson Reed is going to put the belt on the line against... Oh, Matt Robinson doesn't have a tag team partner anymore. They hate each other. Royd Mysterio. Nice. Just saw that. Alright, Will Ospreay in there with... Oh, Cash can do something. Doc asked for more money. Let's see. Who do I have left? Just Xavier Woods, who's hurt. I'm not doing him. So I have Mustafa, I have Cash Wheeler, and I have Doc. So if I do Mustafa Ali getting another single shot, getting another shot against Will Ospreay. I don't like that. Let's do this. There. So now I have just enough wrestlers left over to team Doc Gallows, tag team specialist. There. And Cash Wheeler. There's a lot of strange bedfellow partners. I can't quite help it with our tiny roster. Pay it no mind. Yeah, let's go with the white face paint. He's for serious this times. Alright, we sold it out with another poster. With no advertising whatsoever. We've crushed another 15,000 seater. So that's 300 grand right there. We're gonna keep our ref. Drake did a great job. Oh, I need to configure these match types because this is a CPU match now. So outside off. I'm also gonna put critical on low from now on because I'm worried about all of my talent. I mean, worried about both of them, obviously. Like, Death Yamasan is pretty beat up, and I wouldn't want her to get hurt in my ring because I don't know for sure, but I can't imagine it bodes well for your relations with another promotion if you send their talent back, you know, in pieces. No, I'm not pieces necessarily, but hurting for certain. Okay, there. I've turned critical on low now, so hopefully nobody blacks out in the ring. Man. 40,000 people with a poster. If I did a TV commercial, close to 30,000. Look at the expenses though. Let me try the rural arena. What's this one? Oh. Wow. 21 grand in the 30,000 seater. We can absolutely... Okay. So, our wheelhouse. Our safe haven. We can't even access the arena. I can't even select the arena to see how large it is. So, we're going to stick here. We absolutely don't need this. Boom. Okay, let's see if we can get 17,000 people again just by plastering posters everywhere. Just everybody holding a championship belt. Look at them all. Okay, so our 6-match card, I believe, is set. We're going to confirm this, and then we save, because things can happen on the way to the arena. The parking alone was $150. Is that like, that's not like, I don't want to say chauffeured. What is it, like valet? Nothing like that. Just straight whatever the parking garage is. Access to it was $150. Wowzers. Ooh. All right, here comes our March event. Our second of 2 tonight. I hope they won. Please tell me they won that game. Again, no incidents on the way here, which is great. So in our first match, one that I am not taking part in, at least I booked it. I'm not gonna not gonna hurt anybody's feelings by participating in it, as we've probably damaged relations with Stardom enough as it is. But to give them a glimmer of hope, we're gonna take their beat-up wrestler and put him in there with their Stardom Junior Heavyweight Champion and our roster member, Pentagon Jr., and hope that they can wrest it back. Ah, for the Steelers, nice. I've done that, gone to someone's arena to watch the away team. I'm a big Pittsburgh Penguins fan, and I've seen them play 4 or 5 times now, and I've obviously never seen them play in Pittsburgh. I've seen them play 3 different places.
Fight!
All right. Don't know much about Death Yama, except she seems real loud. Oh, and she's gonna call out all her moves. That's not wise. Pentagon easily counters. Oh, Silent Heroes, that's what I love to hear. I'm not even bummed that they didn't make it to the real playoffs this year, because all I have to do is remember watching them win 2 back-to-back cups, and I'm fine. And that's going to sustain me for a long time. I'm so thrilled that all of the championships in that organization have come in my lifetime, and I've been able to witness them all. Exactly. I would have been mad for us if we had gotten the #1 draft pick this year. I would have been like, come on. It's got to be rigged. Even I would have started to question things, but no. Our GMs make sure we don't have a top pick for a good long while. Death Yama trying to hold her own. Oof. Pentagon, I don't know if he's toying with her or doesn't quite know what to make of her. Did she put her tongue in her mouth at any point, or is that just permanent? Uh-oh. You don't want to meet Pentagon out there. Uh-oh. Tex is a proud Texan. I'm sure he's got some strong opinions, either on sports or on not caring about sports. It either goes one way or the other. Boom. Boom. Death Yama holding her own. Loves the lawlessness of the ringside area. Oh, nice. So, I don't know what part of Texas you're in, Dork. Is that Texans? Is that Cowboys? I mean no offense by naming the wrong team first, if I did. Oh! Look like a big running, shredding wizard there. Now, I don't know much about the college game in the States there. I'm a big CFL fan. Go Winnipeg Blue Bombers in the West and go Hamilton Tiger Cats in the East. Nice. Spurs. I remember them and David Robinson back in the day. Backcracker! Almost got her. Almost got her. Oh! Death Yama hanging in there and hanging in there. Roll up. Pentagon able to reach the ropes. Another roll up now facing the proper way. Drake's in for the count, but only a 1. Death Yama having more success when she doesn't announce her moves. Deadly roll up! Ah, okay. The Texas-Oklahoma rivalry. Hey man, y'all love pro wrestling, so let's bond over that. The greatest sport of all. Oh, let's see if she can hit it. No! I think the move is to literally get countered. I think that's successfully executing the move, is that she gets countered for a brainbuster because she's silly and yells brainbuster. If I'm not mistaken, because otherwise, what's going on there, lady? Oh, package pile driver on the floor! Pentagon Jr. has had enough! She's right back up, though. She might be undead after all. Pentagon gonna make sure. Quick poke with a chair. Oh, Penta driver on the chair! And she's right back up and into the ring!
This.
Oh my god! What personality! 1! It's just a 1 count. Real cocky for someone who doesn't seem to do much damage. Boom! Meets a super kick from the champ. Pentagon going up. Big double stomp. Right to those injured ribs. 2 count. Oh, deadly roll-up counter. It's okay, dude. Everybody that doesn't like the Lakers hates the Lakers. That's how it works. I don't follow basketball, and even I know that. Ah! Throat thrust! No need to apologize, buddy. To me or Dork Chop. Let us high-five and be friends. Lakers are the first basketball example I can remember of just buying your legacy. That's not a bad thing necessarily. If there's no salary cap, they're more than willing, you're able to do it. Oh, counter roll up. Drake is hurt. It's busted open. Package pile driver, dead center, middle of the ring. Pentagon has had enough. 1, 2, 3. Pentagon making bank tonight. Death Yama, thanks for coming out. Oh, crowd really enjoyed the match. There you go. You can go back to Japan with your head held high. You performed admirably. Can't have your belt back, though. Keep sending people. Coming up next, for the GWA Open Weight Tag Team Championships. Sheepy Ships. New champions, Jack Howard and David Houston, go against former champion Doc Gallows and new partner, Cash Wheeler. Alright, I'll do a quick save again, because I forgot if I saved already. I probably did. I can't believe we got Rey Mysterio. And away we go. Man, I hope it works out. I hope his style works.
Fight!
Oh, lovely bridging double arm suplex there. Doesn't bust that out often enough, in my opinion. Way too early in the contest to do any significant damage, though. Or spell disaster for the challengers. As we are in the feeling out process. Jack Howard says, "Feel my boot against your chin, Cash Wheeler." Cash Wheeler responds with a nice, orderly suplex. Nothing too fancy from Cash. Oh, TKO. Solid and reliable, like a good wristwatch, is Cash Wheeler. Eats a double powerbomb on his way out of the ring as both men make tags. Doc Gallows for the challengers, David Houston for the champions, now legal. We saw these two tangle in their last contest. Well, obviously they would have tangled it in their last contest, or they wouldn't have been in the contest. But Doc Gallows actually ate the pin and cost his team the belts to David Houston. So I am sure he's looking for revenge. Got his war paint on and everything. Taped up his fists. You know he's looking for blood. Oh, a big sip of ice cold water. Important to stay hydrated. Oof. Champions now trying to isolate one man on the other squad, keep him in their half of the ring. Keep it on their side of the Mascara Dorada advertisement.
5 minutes.
I think I did that right. Mascara Dorada. Doc Gallows slips out, able to tag in his partner. Wheeler's not just going to watch his friend get Boston Crab like that, so he breaks up the attack and sends Jack Howard out of the ring for Doc Gallows to attack. No rules on the floor. Big suplex right in front of the King's Play Sports sign. Jack Howard quick to return to the ring. Oh, misses the big clothesline. Wheeler working him back into his corner. Locking on that leg lock. Howard able to sneak out. Houston in. This is the more nimble of the two champions. Former two-time junior heavyweight champion. Nice flipping drop kick there. Wheeler, though, up to his feet first. Creates some time and distance, and then closes it by following his opponent out of the ring. Howard with the chair. Cash Wheeler counters into a roll-up. Not going to have much effect when the ref can't count. Oh! Another flipping drop kick. Doc Gallows grounded. 3D! Magic Killer! Gallows and Wheeler pulling out the greatest hits of tag team maneuvers so far. Deadly roll-up. Again, useless on the floor. All four men just going at it. Now they're back in the ring. Big swinging neck breaker from Doc Gallows off his shoulders. Beautiful. Now we're back to the legal men here of Cash Wheeler and David Houston. Jack Howard tagged in. Spoke too soon there. Assisted choke slam. It was an inverted choke slam that spelled disaster for Doc Gallows in his last crack at Tag Team Gold, as he was the champion at the time. Pinned by David Houston in that contest. You could say that he has the war paint on. You could say he's hiding his face in shame by being first reverse choke slammed and then pinned by a much smaller man. Jack Howard now with this unique submission. I have yet to learn the name of it. He eludes me when I ask what he calls it. I don't think he knows either. Cash Wheeler, though, breaks it up and does some damage to the leg of Howard on his own. Gallows feeds him a big old shoulder block. Oh, Dork Chop, if you didn't like the inconsistent money of being a server, welcome to Twitch affiliate status, my man. I tease. Oh, big swinging neck breaker up to the shoulders again. I mean, I've seen... Oh, Magic Killer! I've seen Bruce go from 25k to like 17k in the blink of an eye. No, I feel you. It's a real fun hobby. Whoa! What a beautiful moonsault to the outside. Al-Saeed, springboard to the outside, over the top. That was lovely. Wouldn't it be a dream, buddy? Partner. Bam. Upper kick to Cash Wheeler on the floor. Oh, going hot and heavy. Jack Howard taking care of his partner allows him to recover, get back into the ring. He absorbs a lot of punishment on the floor, but still. Another upper kick to Doc Gallows. Amazing athleticism and power from David Houston. But he's got to focus on the legal man, and that's Cash Wheeler. Tags in his partner. Wheeler's been worked over on the floor. He gave as good as he got. Let's see what they have left. Tagging Doc Gallows. I don't know if that's wise. Gallows was also taking a beating. Whoa, Wheeler leaving his mark at the big clothesline and a stomp as he exits the ring. Boom. Oh, into a Gallows pole. 2. Houston breaks it up. As we near the 18-minute mark. Jack Howard with a huge clothesline. Doc Gallows straight back up. Gets slammed back down. Houston's proud of himself. As well he should be. Follow-away slam from Doc Gallows. That's for your hubris. Oh, a big clothesline in the proper corner. Oh, Gallows pull critical. I put him on low, but they're all over the show. Jack Howard, the latest victim, knocked the F out with a Gallows pole. And we've got new tag team champions. None of the belts are safe, ever, in the GWA. You know that. Everyone goes balls to the wall every match. That's why people get hurt. Dang. I love it. I love it. Okay. Coming up next, The Stardom Openweight Championship is on the line as Will Ospreay is putting the gold up against Matt Robinson. Please don't kill anybody. Oh dear.
Fight!
These two, I think, put on one heck of a show a few months ago. Months in-game, weeks, real life.
Oi!
So let's see what they can do with some gold on the line.
Oi.
As we've said, Will Ospreay is super proud of that Stardom Openweight Championship and wants to put it on the line on every show against anyone. Open contract, month after month. Matt Robinson showing some more groundwork lately. Oh, a nice suplex. Takes the champion out. Just trying to slow things down at the moment. Create some distance. Allows him to hit that nice hook kick into a figure four. Early efforts to wear down the champion. Always wise to work on his legs. Oof. Otherwise you're going to get kicked in the face like that. Oh. Faked him out with a low kick. That was nicely done. Some body shots now. Well, I don't know if you want to trade kicks with Matt Robinson. But Ospreay's game to throw those forearms. One. Just a one count there. Both men going toe to toe. Oh, nice. Oh, Robinson special. Added that on Sunday as well. Dropped in a good 30 more moves, I think. Assigned them to as many people as I could find that did them. Oh, nice chops in the corner. I think Johnny Gargano got a good 8 or 10 new moves in his move list. Someone who's a big Gargano fan. Really went all out trying to customize their experience. Oh, there's that roll through into the armbar. Is he close enough to the ropes? Nope. Nope, Will Ospreay can't wiggle free, but he manages to escape nonetheless. Robinson pin after a simple slam. This is just trying to make Ospreay exert himself. The way you beat Ospreay is you try to take his wind, you try to take his legs. Whichever works first. Oh! Or you just drop him on his face with a pedigree. Ospreay now employing the same tactic, hooking a leg, just making Robinson exert himself, kicking out. He knows he's not going to win with that. Mid kicks now against the champion. Robinson going up. Oh, and a double stomp to the midsection. There you go, trying to work that wind. Trying to drive it out of Will Ospreay, but Ospreay is able to fight back with an enziguri. And then he eats that sit out. Dominator. Clothesline. Knee. Oh. Unable to sustain too large of an advantage, but usually starts that combo with a pretty big move. Just like that front flip DDT from Ospreay. Champion now creating some distance, wisely getting his win back in the center of the ring. He's had his midsection worked on. Slams Robinson back out. Again back to the center, just catching his breath. To me, that's him showing that he's more hurt than he probably wants to let on. But now he hits that kick. He's off the ropes. Phenomenal forearm, springboarding back into the ring. 1, 2. Almost got him. Beautiful move. Oh yeah, it's close, but I assure you the shots are above the belt. If there is a groin shot, it rings like a bell. We got rid of those competitors. We had a few that would employ such dirty, underhanded tactics as to do groin shots, but we weeded them out. They weren't successful enough to be worthwhile competitors in the GWA. Ospreay, though, is super worthwhile, winning that strike battle, setting up his opponent now. Buzzsaw kick to the mush. Slamming him down in the center. Robinson's had enough. He pops back up. Ospreay into the corner. I think it was all a ruse to get Matt Robinson to charge him so he could send him back here for a superplex. Got him up for the Stormbreaker! Robinson up! Oh my goodness me, what resilience! Front flip DDT! Doesn't get up from that! 1, 2, 3! Hurrah! That's right, I knew he would yell. Will Ospreay, front flip DDT after a Stormbreaker. Puts Matt Robinson away in a crowd-pleasing defense of the Stardom Openweight Championship. Woo! GWA once again burning this place to the ground. We are halfway through. Let me move this card up. Oh, I can't. I can just do the one, eh? Okay. In our next contest, Bronson Reed, who kind of shocked the world a little bit by spoiling Walter's debut. Mind you, Walter worked out. It looked like he did okay for himself, as you'll see him later on. Putting his newly won NXT Heavyweight Championship on the line. He said he's just as good as Will Ospreay. He'll put up the belt against anybody. And Mustafa Ali said, sure, I'll take you up on that, being the only other person on the roster available. So I can't remember if I saved. I'm sure I did. Anyway, in our fourth match tonight, Mustafa Ali, desperate for singles gold, taking on the thick boy Bronson Reed for his NXT Heavyweight title.
Fight!
Drake Wirtz, your referee. Started off with a test of strength, easily won by Bronson Reed. And now a slam from the big man. You're not going to win a power battle against Bronson Reed if you're Mustafa Ali. Oh, I may have spoke too soon. Impressive display of strength with that body slam. And again, don't tire yourself out, exerting yourself so heavily, trying to move that much weight, young man. Oh, another test of strength, and another easy win for Bronson Reed. Mustafa Ali trying to show his mettle with those arm whips. Everything he can do to get the big guy over. Big suplex there from Bronson, showing sportsmanship by allowing his opponent to re-enter the ring. Oh, blocks that kick. Now he gets slammed out of the ring. Mustafa Ali not showing the champion the same courtesy, going out to the floor. Oh, big boot. Surprising agility from the large fella. Oh, and more power on display from Mustafa as he gets a suplex off. Oof, oof. I'd be, like, I don't know if I'd ever go to a Twitch mansion. I'd just be happy with, like, more squad streaming options for partners. Because as a viewer, I can only watch, like, if I'm streaming it anywhere, not at my computer, I can only watch one at a time. So I would like more integration of, like, these streamers are friends, please watch them all. Oh, another suplex. These two men going hammer and sickle out of the ring here. That's right. Never forget where you started.
5 minutes.
Boom! Powerbomb counter. Yo, I know about that now, but I mean like integrated and then easily promoted within Twitch itself. Oh! Another near fall. After that big beefy powerbomb. Oh, don't worry. Once my internet upgrade is finalized, which should happen soon, hopefully, I will, you know, if I'm invited, obviously, love to take advantage of that multi-Twitch stuff. Big brainbuster coming up! 1, 2, 3. Oh, I thought he had him. Oh, just trading. Just trading strikes now. Mustafa Ali with the spin kick. No selling that clothesline. 1, 2. Oh, almost a new champ. That woke the crowd up a bit. Anyway, once I get that internet upgrade finalized and stuff, would love to explore that with y'all. I have noticed that y'all play GTA 5 online, and I happen to have that on my Steam account. as well as other stuff. Not to barge in or anything. Just putting that out there. Back to the floor as Bronson Reed thought he would do better with a weapon against the tenacious, pugnacious Mustafa Ali. But what better way to defeat your opponent than just clubber him with a lariat like that? Big super kick now. Bronson Reed on a roll. Throws him into the ring post. Oh, now he's dealing with the X Factor. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought he was going to brainbuster him. Suplex it. Mustafa Ali rolls through. Oof. Big Samoan drop. Back and forth near the crowd. Now Bronson Reed, the first to return to the ring. Oh, playing cat and mouse now. Nope, nope, nope. Thought better of it. Back into the ring. Oh, standing Spanish fly out of nowhere from Mustafa Ali. Big release German. 1, 2, 3. Call the fire department because we got another hot potato. Mustafa Ali, NXT champion. Willing to put that on the line against anyone. That's fine. These belts can bounce around all they want. The more belts on the line, period, the better the shows do. All the crowd will remember is that they saw a good match and a title change. Speaking of a good match and possibly a title change, our new roster member, Rey Mysterio Jr., Hold the Jr. in this case, shows up and immediately, based on reputation alone, gets a junior heavyweight title shot against Tyler Bate. He's not happy about it, was a little salty about it. He's probably going to take it out on Rey in the ring. Let's see what happens. I'm just hoping that Rey's style and our style mesh well. I mean, David Houston has established a lot of counter wrestling and roll-ups, so I think we'll be okay. Nice to see Rey in there with someone his own size. This should, all things considered, hopefully resemble a bit of the Malenko Mysterio magic. I mean, that's rather lofty expectations, but you never know. As both competitors now just trying to survive these early onslaughts from their opponents in the early going in the matchup. This is where you sort of test yourself. You test the other man in there. See what you're both made of. It's about trying to establish dominance, maintain that advantage, find a way to put your opponent down and keep them down. Tyler Bate now on the receiving end of a lot of flashy, quick offense from Rey Mysterio. Early 2 count from the challenger. And now they're gonna slug it out. Oh, European uppercuts win the day there. Oof. Oh, deadly roll up. The king of them, I would say. One of the greatest counter wrestlers of all time. Big frog splash. 1, 2. Wow. Almost a new champion under 5 minutes. Tyler Bates got to wake up or he's going to lose this belt. Another double arm suplex. Ray's up immediately. Rolls through. Obviously been studying his Tyler Bate tapes. Lots of footage on Rey Mysterio out there. 1, 2. Including how he's the master of the roll-up. Here he goes again. 2. One of those will catch you. You never know. You just have to be disoriented enough to not be able to roll your shoulder. Oh! Nice move out of the corner there from Ray. I don't know what he's attempting there, but he eats a backbreaker for his troubles. Ray not letting Tyler Bate get out of the blocks here. It's been mostly Ray for the opening 8 minutes, and now we're going to dial it up. 619. Rolls them over. 1, 2. Wow. That's a number of near falls now in the under 10 minutes. Tyler Bate responds with a Tyler driver in the corner, but it is not enough to even get a count as he's too close to the ropes. Ray misses a frog splash. Tyler Bate, big drop kick. This is his moment. He's got to press this advantage. Another big double arm suplex. Things are starting to roll for Tyler. Ray takes it out from underneath him. Just like that. Drop toe hold. Kick to the back. Oh! Tyler says no. Ray's foot says yes. Another head scissors takeover. Ray's gonna dial it up again. Oh, what's he got planned? What does he have planned? Oh, we'll never know. Tyler moves out of the way. Ray counters the throw into the corner. Tyler was expecting it. Suplex to Ray. Too smart for you, he says. Not too smart for that drop kick to the knee. Tyler's dazed. Ray rolls him up. Hurricane Rana with the pin. Pinfall combinations are deadly in the GWA. And with that, we crown yet another new champion. Crowd seem to enjoy it. All right, that's awesome. Your winner and new GWA Junior Heavyweight Champion. Of course he's coming in and getting the belt. Why else would we have him on the promotion? I mean, he's like one of the greatest junior heavyweights of all time, and one of the biggest box office draws of all time, and, you know, one of the greatest attractions in wrestling ever. And now he's our GWA Junior Heavyweight Champion. But who will leave this evening with the heavyweight title? Walter, fresh off his debut last month in a losing effort to hang on to his NXT title. Cast that aside, he says. Didn't even want a rematch against Bronson Reed. Not that he'll need one, as Mustafa Ali is the new NXT champion. But anyway, petition for and was granted. Asked Daniel Bryan himself to lay it all on the line in the ring. Daniel Bryan agreed, and they're going to go at it for Daniel Bryan's GWA Heavyweight Championship in the main event of both this show and tonight's stream. So here we go. One last match with everything on the line. Yeah, people fail upward. We have a tiny roster. It happens. It's just pretty cool that we stole Walter from NXT in the first place. I know, booking-wise. It doesn't quite make sense. If you want to, you can pretend, because these are technically monthly shows. Test of Strength here, won by Daniel Bryan. That's surprising. If you want to pretend, since these are the monthly special events, you can pretend that there's like 4 or 5 weeks of television in between that perfectly explains how we got to these matchups. But my explanation is, we have a tiny roster, and I'm trying to fill all these matches with titles. Trying to make that money. Trying to send this crowd home happy. Yet to be seen whether or not Daniel Bryan or Walter will be going home happy at the end of this championship contest. As they begin to settle in to the game of cat and mouse, give and take, looking for advantage and disadvantage, looking to absorb and deal out punishment. Both men workhorses of a differing style. Daniel Bryan, he'll take you to the ground. He'll wear you out with stretches. Walter, he wants to clobber you. Like, he wants to chop your soul out of your body. We've yet to see the corner chops. Here they could come. No, countered there. I'm sure he's got those, like, Kawada, Kobashi, Kojima style chops in the corner. Whoa, Walter with reversal. Big double axe handle. Nothing super fancy about Walter's offense. He strikes and strikes hard. He throws and throws far. Whoa, against the ropes. Big diving clothesline from Daniel Bryan.
5 minutes gone.
5 minutes passed. Champion and challenger unable to really establish one or the other. In control thus far. Walter thinks he's got enough for a pin there. No, perhaps just wearing Daniel Bryan down by forcing the champion to kick out. You notice he didn't even hook a leg there. Just making Daniel Bryan exert himself. Walter himself seems a little winded. Oh, that vicious neck crank. Takes a bit of a breather. Another neck crank. Champion's back up. And fighting for his life now. Successful kicks to the midsection. Reversed. Side slam from Walter. Champion's up, but he's dazed. Can't capitalize. Eats a big chop, and he's back down. Walter going for something from the back there. Can't do it. Northern Light suplex with a bridge. 2 count only. Oh, big clothesline from Walter. We saw that against Bronson Reed. And a buzzsaw kick in response from Daniel Bryan. Now they're just trying to knock each other out. Ooh, another Northern Lights, but Walter able to reach the ropes with his feet. Walter now, big powerbomb whip. Just taking a bit of a breather there. Single arm DDT. Into the S-lock near the ropes. This is how he won the belt. He likes to make you look at him. You can look, but you can't touch, says Daniel Bryan. Roll up. They're deadly. Almost got him. Walter now. Oh, powerbomb with a pin. Oh, almost a new champion. Walter going back to it. Powerbomb whip. Just trying to spike Daniel Bryan into the mat. Small package. This could do it. Almost. Oh, another shoulder separator style DDT. I will not call it a divorce court. Drags him away from the ropes. Yes, lock. Walter struggling. Able to get free. Daniel Bryan. Looks like he's sucking wind, but he's able to hit another single arm DDT into the middle of the ring. Walter up. Walter nailed with that knee. Daniel Bryan can't capitalize. Off the ropes again. He can't capitalize. Too winded to run. Oh, big boot to the face. 1, 2, 3. New champ. Daniel Bryan tired himself out trying to wear Walter down. Couldn't do it. Walter knocked his face off and wins the belt. Tex, he may have killed your boy. Walter, 2 months into the promotion, fulfilled his destiny, becoming the new GWA Heavyweight Champion. That's kind of what I wanted when I signed him, I'm not going to lie, because I'm like, wouldn't it be great if we got him? Wowzers. Oh no, chronic fatigue! Please pay more attention to the condition of your wrestlers. Uh-oh. Cash Wheeler, out for 3 months. Fatigued. I guess his condition was poor. I just tend to look at their what their body is like, or maybe I wasn't even checking. Oh no! But in good news, yeah, 3 months to recover from fatigue. I don't know. I feel like that's undisclosed injury. Walter is our new champion. Mysterio is our new junior champion. Mustafa Ali is the new NXT champion. Cash Wheeler and Doc won the tag team belts, but they can't defend them because Cash Wheeler is out for 3 months. But we still packed in almost 17,000 strong. Okay, Tom Lawler is the MLW champ. Eli Everfly is the GCW champ. That's fun. And we made another 200 grand. AEW is interested in working with us. Ring of Honor is interested in working with us. See, these are all sort of invitations to like, well, maybe I can send someone. Oh, maybe I can ask someone. Oh, GCW. We scouted. Gianna Perazzo was the result of our scouting trip. No, that's not right. That's Game Changer Wrestling. Leon in America. Who's Leon? Uh-oh. Ollie wants more money now that he's got a belt. Mysterio and Bronson want to go at it? Let me write that down for next week. That'll be our main event. Awesome. Ray versus Bronson. The fans are clamoring for it. I can't say it's something that I would have booked, but if the fans want it, the fans want it. Okay, I wrote that down. We're going to book that next time for sure. Okay, Human Resources. Ali. Oh, man. Doctor's orders for 3 months. Hospitalized. Because they're in 2 months. That's like recovery from an injury. Getting better. Not great, but getting better. Ooh, Bronson Reed's in shitty condition too. Oh no. I guess they are. Have to be looking at these poor conditioned athletes, huh? Jack Howard just got critical too. Alright, so I'm going to book that match, Rey Mysterio versus Bronson Reed, but I'm going to make a note right now. Since we're doing a reduced roster, we're not going to draw that well anyways. I'm going to book this match in Mexico. I'm going to make a note, book it in Mexico. I didn't intend on doing this for like maybe another year, but we're going to branch out and we're going to try to build our popularity elsewhere by putting on what essentially will be like a reduced, I don't want to say like house show style, but it's definitely going to be like not as strenuous. So, Ali, I had to do Ali first. Yeah, we're going to change your salary. You're going to get a less than $400 raise, and you're going to love it. Wonderful. Let's go back to Training Center. Let's manage all this stuff. Yeah, let's get everybody to work on their mat work here. Absolutely. Want to keep everything tip-top. Okay. How do we do merchandise-wise? We're blowing through it all every month. Okay, we're not going to be able to do that in Mexico. I'm actually going to save this part for next week because I'm going to want to see how many people show up before I produce merchandise. Because once I book the event, I get a rough estimate of how many people are there. That number is going to be larger once the event actually happens because we're going to book that grudge match that they want. But after I book the event, I can then go to the management thing and do the merchandise production. That way I make sure I don't produce stuff that I can't sell, because like the snacks are all day of, like I have to sell them that month or they go rotten type of thing. So I don't want to risk just throwing money away after we're so close now to $1 million. Okay, so Cash is out for a while. Thomas Walker's out still. We're gonna do Ray versus Bronson in Mexico next time. That's gonna be ridiculous. That, I think, is going to do it for now. Absolutely. Oh. Just another great time. Man, I love my Thursday streams. Yeah, Dork Chop. Woos. Get that woos going. Love it. Oh, that's all for me for today. I'd like to thank everybody for watching, no matter where, when you happen to be, whether you're here enjoying in chat live, where you actually play a bit of a part in helping book the shows, or whether you're checking us out on VOD later just to chill out and watch the matches as they happen. I'm wishing everybody out there chill vibes and, for the moment, non-contact high fives. If you find yourself in possession of a plethora of positive energy, please share it if you can spare it. And don't forget about your old pal, the Silent G, Rad Gnarly, saying so long for now. I'll be back Friday night to bring some more color to the world and solve our way out of darkness in part 2 of Hue. You're all welcome to come check that out, but until then, TTFN. Thanks for hanging, guys. I really appreciate this. GWA, 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 GWA.